Hi everyone. Today's video is about a diagnostic criteria in the DSM-V for borderline personality disorder. I'm thinking about doing a series, and I'm starting it right now, and I'm going to make 8 more videos in the series. There'll be 9 total, each one designated to a diagnostic criteria for BPD. What do you guys think? Do you guys want that? Do you want 8 more? 1 video for each diagnostic criteria? Let me know. I'll probably do them anyway, but I'd love to know what you think about it. Today, I'm going to do the first one, fear of abandonment. So there's a little something I'm going to read for each video to start with. So a disorder are problems causing negative effects in your life. Yeah, there's, I could have a problem with tardiness. Every once in a while, I'm a little late to something. But if it gets me fired every job after job after job, there might be a disorder of some kind. A personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of these behaviors, and they're very rigid. They don't bend, they don't flex, break, or stay exactly the same all the time. So there's a specific diagnostic criteria. Today, in the States, we use the DSM-V, which stands for the American Psychiatric Association's of Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the 5th edition. BPD, borderline personality disorder, is now known as emotionally unstable personality disorder because the name borderline referred to on the line of neurosis and psychosis, but we don't use the term neurosis anymore. It would be anxiety. So that's why they stopped using it. We still use the term psychosis for symptoms of mental illness, but it's no longer a specific mental illness. So they call it emotionally unstable now. In this DSM-V, the specific criteria is you must meet 5 of the 9. And it must be pervasive in all areas of your life, and it must be a constant pattern, not situational, not just because your parents died, you got a divorce, got fired, and you have a few of these traits for a day. It's consistently pattern, pervasive, all areas, rigid, nothing different. Yeah, it's not like these people are very healthy until something comes along and then, they freak out once every now and then. It's personality, it's who they are. BPD, I still call it BPD, but EUPD, a mental health condition characterized by pervasive patterns of instability in mood, self-image, relationships, impulsivity. Borderlines have a reduced life expectancy of some 20 years, attributed largely to physical health, maladies, notably cardiovascular. Stress. Stress is the leading cause of death, and the number 1 source are relationships. Their relationships in childhood has caused them massive stress to the point where it's traumatic. Also, you need to know that personality disorders are often comorbid with another one. Somebody might have 2. People who have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder have a 40% chance of also having narcissistic personality disorder. Borderline males are higher in narcissism. So you don't have to sit in there and go, which one do they have? Could have both. So today I'm talking about frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. This does not include taking your own life or harming yourself, but does include the threats. Very, very different. Me taking my life and cutting myself is different than saying, if you leave me, I'll take my own life. That is what I'm talking about today. Fear of abandonment. You have insecurity. You could have jealousy. I fear someone will take what I have. Someone will come along, some other guy, some bigger, more attractive, more rich guy will come along and take my girlfriend. I'm going to lose my girlfriend. That's jealousy. But then we have fear of abandonment. Common and damaging type of anxiety that causes intense fear when someone you love leaves or temporarily pulls away. Big difference, huh? This is due to trauma and abandonment during childhood. Emotional needs, most important thing in our life, most important one for everyone so far that I've come across, hundreds, say security. You can be a secure person, but insecure in your relationships. That was me. Pretty secure with who I am, but I would find myself in these relationships with women where I started feeling insecure in the relationship because they could not make me feel secure. They take off, be gone, can't find them, cheat on me, lie, do drugs. The borderline lacks self-reliance. They cannot reassure themselves and make them feel secure. Parents teach us how to care for ourselves. We have attachment styles. So the borderline was never secure in childhood, so they can't make themselves feel secure. You guys can reassure yourself to some degree. Fall flat on your face, the worst time in your life, there must be some part of you, and pick yourself up, say everything's gonna be okay. Something, some part of that. I don't think you guys are great at it, or we wouldn't be in relationships like this, but there's a part of you that can reassure yourself. Borderlines cannot. They never were at all. So they just continue it, just like their parents did. I believe this starts at birth. I don't think there's healthy bonding and attachment. Borderline mothers often experience postpartum, where they just are too stressed, too traumatized to connect and bond and attach with their children. We still don't understand postpartum, but I think that's what it is. And if you've experienced postpartum with your children, it doesn't mean you're borderline. Okay? It means that you were stressed and traumatized. There's also a possible genetic predisposition. But I think you need both. I think you need at least something in your environment, though. I don't think we're just born borderline and raised by a healthy family. Because I've had people tell me, David, I have a borderline daughter, but man, we were great for her. No. Impossible. Impossible. No parents are perfect. Maybe you were just typical and there was some neglect and a little bit of abuse and a little bit of trauma and you apologize and stuff and they just couldn't handle it because they had that genetic predisposition. I don't know. I'm not going to tell anybody, but there's no way that a person develops borderline only by genetics. And I think people can develop borderline without the genetic predisposition and be traumatized enough. But the child is never stable. No stability in their life. The parents just weren't there. They never talked to the child enough. There was fighting or addictions and mental illness of their own, abuse and trauma. So we're not just talking about fear of abandonment, are we? We're talking about imagined, perceived abandonment where it doesn't exist. You guys wouldn't abandon them, right? You guys didn't cheat on them, reassured them all the time. Wasn't enough. They even go and tell people you cheated on them, and you did. They are more than hypervigilant, paranoid. And this begins at attachment, which they believe is love. So they're attracted to you. They begin to attach too fast. They think that's love. And that kicks in the stress, which kicks in the fear. You're going to leave me. They don't care if someone they just talked to for a minute is going to abandon them, right? It's that attachment. Attachment. Perceived abandonment. Haven't had sex for a little while. Whatever that means. I mean, you may be having sex 5 times a day and all of a sudden you have it 4 times a day and now you don't love me. Jesus. But I mean, maybe you haven't had sex for a few weeks. because we've been fighting, because you beat me. But you must not love me anymore. You aren't meeting my needs. One I hear the most. It could just be the tone in your voice. Oh, God. There could be another person that you just are talking about. It could be a family member. They could be jealous and think that you're going to abandon them for your own cousin, your own children. Could be a raise or a promotion at work. That's all it takes. Imagine having such low self-esteem and self-worth that just you getting a dollar raise, you might leave me. I've seen it. You're just getting healthy or fit. Maybe just lose a little weight. Start putting makeup on, doing your hair, facial hair. Got a goatee now. Not all of that at once, obviously. Because you smiled at someone. Someone smiled at you. That's it. That's all it takes. That's how fragile they are. Just a gesture. Just going to work. You didn't answer the phone. Well, I told you I can't when I'm at work. I know, but you would if you loved me. I told you I can't when I'm at work. What's more important? Well, I mean, what are we living in a fantasy land? We gotta just go live in, you wanna go live in a park or something? Text, it took too long. The 27th text you sent me today, I took the 26th, I was immediate, 27th took too long. Again, I'm at work. And I keep drilling this because I hear this all the time. Yeah, I know you're at work, but if you love me, you would. If I do, I'll get fired. But if you love me, you would. Anger. The one real emotion they care about, it might be the only feeling you have they care about. That would be pretty bad, imagine. We have tens of thousands of emotions, things our body does, and they only care when you're angry. Why? Anger gets things done. Yeah. You're angry. You're going to do something. You're going to leave me. Are you mad? You notice they could cheat on you. They could literally traumatize the living hell out of you till you're on the floor just going, please, mercy, mercy. And they'll be like, are you mad? And you'll be like, no. And they're like, okay, good. Who cares that you're traumatized? Who cares that you're so upset and stressed, anxious, depressed, sad, you might take your own life? Just don't be mad at me, okay? Just don't leave me. But stay just like that. I could care less. See ya. Just don't be mad. If you ever wondered why they ask that, they don't have much empathy. They don't care how bad you're hurting, but they care if you're angry. Are you mad? No? Okay. Mad is the last thing I'm thinking about right now. I'm dying. I'm hurting. Bad. Please stop. But you're not mad? Okay. Jesus. And you trying to reassure them all the time, it requires you to constantly reassure them. And this takes attention off of you. The enmeshment means drop who you are and just do everything for them. And this is an example of staying quiet to avoid conflict. Never stay quiet to avoid conflict. We do that with people we can't stand. We do that with people that aren't in our lives. A coworker, it's hard to work with. I'm just waiting till I quit my job. A boss I can't say anything to. That's who we stay quiet to avoid conflict. But you do that with people that you love in your life, you're screwed. You just determine that relationship is over. We can't stay quiet just to avoid conflict. That's how you lose yourself. And we don't want to upset them. It's literally emotional eggshells we're walking on. I can't say this, they'll think I'm cheating. I can't bring up this person, they'll think I'm leaving them. And so it's just easier to stop bringing them up, which means it's easier to stop living my life. If I go to my friend's house, I'll just stop going to my friend's house and my family. They don't like this job, I'll just quit my job, get another job. I'll just stop doing this and stop doing that. I'll get rid of all these things here and I'll get rid of these people. My gosh, in a box, controlling little box they put you in. Because we don't want them to lose their shit when I say something wrong, which is pretty much just about anything. Be careful how I react. I have to go, yeah, honey, even though I don't believe that. Don't feel that way. Okay. Oh, you don't love me. Oh, yeah, I do, babe. Yeah. Not so much. Stress. Stress, man. Stress, number one killer. It's all about stress. All of this. You guys, how you feeling? It's all about stress. You're in relationships with these people because you grew up with stress. Just a daily part of your life. Hey, you have anxiety? No, never. Do you know that anxiety is from stress and it makes our chest tight and we feel like, oh, all the time. Oh, okay. Everybody, you think everyone has anxiety? Yeah. No, we don't. And you're not going to fix this by going to couples therapy, guys. Yeah. See, when we have relationships which all have problems, we need to realize that people all have problems. But we need to really answer the first question, is the problem ours or is it yours? Because people can have personal problems and boy, will it ruin a relationship. And that's what's happening. This is their problem. You're inviting it into your life, making it your problem. And it's not, and it will not be fixed. You and them will not fix their fear of abandonment together. In other words, if I'm depressed, me and my wife don't go to a doctor to fix my depression together, right? Now, I might go to marriage counseling along with my therapy for depression because I'm having some problems in my marriage, which is making the depression worse. But the problem is mine. I'm depressed. This is severe mental illness. You aren't going to go fix it with them at a couples counseling session. Nope. It's just going to cause you more stress. Step outside and get help for yourself. Either they will or not. We need some help, right? If I have a partner with severe mental illness and it's causing major stress in our relationships, do I just throw it all away? I'm not sure what to do. Shoot. Go find help. Go talk to someone. If you've had relationships like this, go talk to someone and figure out why so you don't do it anymore instead of just isolating for the rest of your life and being scared or keep repeating this. We just need to talk to someone who understands a little bit. That's it. Anybody wants coaching, find me at daviddemars.com. Links down below. Share your own examples if you could, please. Very, very much. I'd appreciate that. If you could share your own examples of things like this, fear of abandonment, what it looks like to help the people watching so they understand more. And let me know what you think. Do you want 8 more of each diagnostic criteria? Let me know. Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. Bye-bye.